Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to Al Munir High School e-learning system, class 10. This is your physics lecture. Unit number is 13, part 2. This is title page of your physics book for class 10. Our today's topic is about capacitors. What are the capacitors, students? Yes, here we have the definition of capacitors. Topic number is 13.7. Topic is capacitors and their capacitance. In order to store the charge, a device which is called a capacitor is used. So for storing the charges, the device which we used are called the capacitor. It consists of two thin metal plates, and these plates are parallel to each other, separated by a very small distance. As figure 13.13 shows below, the medium between the two plates is air or a sheet of some insulator. This medium is known as dielectric. So students, it is about the capacitors, their definition, and the device which we have designed to store the charges. So look here on the next page we have figure number 13.13, parallel plate capacitor, and number B shows the plates of capacitors connected with a battery. So here part A, figure number 13.13, here we have the parallel plate capacitors. So the medium between them can be air or any insulator, heat insulator. Same figure, part B shows the plates of capacitors which are connected with a battery. So if a capacitor is connected to a battery of V volts, then the battery transfers a charge plus Q from plate B to plate A. अगर हमारा कैपेसिटर किसी भी बैटरी जिसके वोल्ट्स वी से हम जाहिर कर सकते हैं, रिप्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं, उसके साथ अटैच्ड है, कनेक्टेड है, देन द बैटरी ट्रांसफर्स ए चार्ज प्लस क्यू फ्रॉम बी प्लेट टू plate A, so that minus q charge appears on plate B and plus q charge appears on the plate A. The charges on each plate attract each other and thus remain bound within the plates. In this way, charge is stored in a capacitor for a long time. So it is the behavior of the charges and the device which stores the charges, capacitors. Also, the charge Q stored on plates is directly proportional to the potential difference V across the plates. So this is the important point. Please underline this and also try to understand the charge Q which are on plates B and A, which are stored on the plates, is directly proportional to the V, and V is the potential difference across the plates. So we can represent it by Q is directly proportional to V, or we can say that Q is equal to CV. It is our equation number 13.8, where C is the constant of proportionality and called the capacitance of the capacitor. So capacitance of the capacitor is defined as, here we have the definition of capacitance. It is defined as the ability of the capacitor to store charge. So it is the ability of the capacitor to store the charge is called the capacitance of the capacitor, and it is given by the ratio of charge and the electric potential. So C is equal to Q over V, and SI unit of capacitance is farad, which is represented by F. So students, here we have in this blue box we have the definition of farad. If 1 coulomb of charge given to the plates of a capacitor produces a potential difference of 1 volt between the plates of the capacitor, then its capacitance is 1 farad. So it is the definition of 1 farad. It means that if we have two plates of the capacitor and 1 coulomb of charge given to these plates of a capacitor, it produces a potential difference of 1 volt, then its capacitance is 1 farad. Farad is a large unit. Usually we use a smaller unit such as microfarad, nanofarad and picofarad. Students, here we have the example 13.2. Look at the statement of this example. The capacitance of a parallel plate capacitor is 100 farad, which is given. It is microfarad. This sign shows that it is 100 microfarad. If the potential difference between its plates is 50 volts, find the quantity of charge stored on each plate. So here the data is given. V is equal to 50 watt, C is equal to 100 microfarad, which is 100 into 10 minus 6 with power minus 6 farad. Using this formula Q is equal to CV. By putting all these values, we get the charge on each plate will be 5 MC. Next, we have combinations of capacitors. Capacitors are manufactured with different standard capacitances, and by joining them in a series or in parallel, we can get any desired value of the capacitance. First of all, we will look at the capacitors which are connected in a parallel series. In this combination, the left plate of each capacitor is connected to a positive terminal of the battery by conducting wire. So here students, we have the figure 13.14 which shows the capacitors in parallel combination. So look here, left plate of each capacitor is connected to a positive terminal of the battery. In the same way, the right plate of each capacitor is connected to the negative terminal of the battery as shown in figure. This type of combination has the following characteristics. Look at these characteristics. Number one characteristic is each capacitor connected to a battery of voltage V has the same potential difference V across it, which can be V1 is equal to V2 is equal to V3 is equal to V. Number two, the charge developed across the plates of each capacitor will be different due to different value of capacitances. Number three, the total charge Q supplied by the battery is divided among the various capacitors. So it can be Q is equal to Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. Or we can say that Q is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3V, which is equal to the Q1, Q2 and Q3. Or we can say that Q over V is equal to C1 plus C2 plus C3. Number 4, thus we can replace the parallel combination of capacitors with one equivalent capacitor having capacitance this. So it can be C plus C1 plus C2 plus C3. Next students, these are all the properties of parallel capacitors. Next property is in case of n capacitors connected to in parallel, the equivalent capacitance is given as C1 plus C2 plus C3 up to Cn. So it is our question number 13.9. Number 5 characteristic is the equivalent capacitance of a parallel combination of capacitors is greater than any of the individual capacitances. Now example number 13.3, look at the statement of the example number 13.3. Three capacitors with capacitances of 3.0 microfarad, 4.0 microfarad and 5.0 microfarad are arranged in parallel combination with battery of 6 watts, where 1 microfarad is equal to 10 with power minus 6 farad. Find the total capacitance and also find the voltage across each capacitor. Also find the quantity of charge on each plate of the capacitor. So this figure shows the statement of example number 13.3. So diagram is on the right hand side. Total capacitance is given by C1 plus C2 plus C3. By putting the values, we get the total capacitance. Number B, as three capacitors are connected in parallel series, the voltage across each capacitor will be same and is equal to the voltage of the battery, which is 6 volts. Number C, answer is charge on a capacitor with capacitance C1. So Q1 is equal to C1V. By putting the values, we will get the charge on a capacitance. So in this way we can find all these things, capacitance, also we can find the charge on it and the voltage across these plates. Number 2, capacitors in series. So here we have the figure, the capacitors in series. In this combination the capacitors are connected side by side. Look at this figure. Yes, here capacitors are connected side by side. The right plate of one capacitor is connected to the of the left plate of the next capacitor, and this type of combination has the following characteristics, and this type is called the capacitors in series. Look at the characteristics of capacitors in series. Each capacitor has the same charge across it. If the battery supplies plus Q charge on the left plate of the capacitor C1 due to induction, minus Q charge is induced on its right plate, and plus Q charge on the left plate of the capacitor C2. So it means that Q is equal to Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3, which is equal to the Q. Number 2 characteristic is the potential difference across each capacitor is different due to different values of capacitances. Number 3, the voltage of the battery has been divided among the various capacitors. Look here, V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, as we have studied above, which is equal to the Q over C1 plus Q over C2 plus Q over C3. If we take Q as a common, it will be 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over C3. So we can say that V over Q is equal to 1 over C1 and so on. Number 4 characteristic is, thus we can replace series of combination of capacitors with one equivalent capacitor having capacitance. So it is equal to 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over C3, and in case of n capacitors it is given in equation 13.10 up to 1 over Cn. Here we have the example 13.4. Look at the statement of 13.4. Three capacitors with capacitances of 3.0 microfarad, 4.0 microfarad and 5.0 microfarad are arranged in series combination to a battery of 6 volts, where 1 microfarad is equal to 10 with power minus 6 farad. Find the total capacitance, the quantity of charge and the voltage. So look here, we have the figure of this statement which shows the voltage. Number A, diagram is shown on the right. To find the total capacitance, we have this formula 1 over C1 plus 1 over C2 plus 1 over C3. By putting the values, we get the total capacitance, and by calculating it. Number B, in series combination, charge across each capacitor is same and can be found as Q is equal to CV. By putting the values of C and V, we get the charge. Number C part, to calculate the voltage across capacitor, we have this formula C1 is equal to V1. We already know that, which is equal to Q over C1. By putting the above values, we get the total voltage across the capacitor. For 1 is 2.6 watts, for C2 is 1.95 watts, and for C3 is 1.56 watts. Next students, here we have different types of capacitors. Parallel plate capacitors are not commonly used in most devices because in order to store enough charge, their size must be large, which is not desirable. So we cannot use parallel plate capacitors. It is not commonly used in most of the devices. A parallel plate capacitor has a dielectric between its plates and is made of a flexible material that can be rolled into the shape of a cylinder. In this way, we can increase the area of each plate while the capacitor can fit into a small space. Some other types of capacitors use chemical reactions to store the charge. This is a very important point, underline it, and these are called the electrolytic capacitors. So those who use other types of capacitors who use chemical reactions to store the charge, they are called the electrolytic capacitors. Capacitors have different types depending upon their construction and the nature of dielectric used in them. Number 1, we have the paper capacitor is an example of fixed capacitors. The paper capacitor has a cylindrical shape. Usually an oiled or greased paper or a thin plastic sheet is used as a dielectric. So it is the making of the paper capacitor. Between two aluminium foils, the paper or plastic sheet is firmly rolled in the form of a cylinder and it is then used enclosed into a plastic case. So it is all about the paper capacitor and the making of paper capacitor. Next, we have mica capacitor is another example of fixed capacitors. In these capacitors, a thin mica sheet is used as dielectric between the two metal plates as shown in figure 13.17. Since mica is very fragile, it is enclosed in a plastic case or in a case of some insulator. Wires attached to plates project out of the case for making connections. So figure 13.18, it shows that if the capacitance is to be increased, large number of plates is piled up one over the other with layers of dielectric in between. Next, in variable type of capacitors, some arrangement is made to change the area of the plates facing each other. It is generally a combination of many capacitors with air as dielectric. It consists of two sets of plates. So here we have the variable capacitor in figure 13.19. One set remains fixed while the other set can rotate, so the distance between the plates does not change and they do not touch each other. The common area of the plates of the two sets which faces each other determines the value of the capacitance. Thus, the capacitance of the capacitor can be increased or decreased by turning the rotatable plates in or out of the space between the static plates. Such capacitors are usually utilized for turning into radio sets. So, it is the use of these types of variable capacitors. And electrolytic capacitor, here students we have the picture of electrolytic capacitor 13.20. An electrolytic capacitor is often used to store large amount of charge. So it stores large amount of charge at relatively low voltages. It consists of a metal foil. So student, here we have the metal foil in contact with the electrolyte. So here we have the electrolyte, a solution that conducts charge by virtue of the motion of the ions contained in it. So it is the meaning of electrolyte. When a voltage is applied between the foil and the electrolyte, a thin layer of metal oxide. So here we have the thin layer of metal oxide and insulator is formed on the foil, and this layer serves as dielectric. Very large capacitances can be attained because the dielectric layer is very thin. So it is all about electrolytic capacitor. Next we have some uses of and applications of electrostatics and uses of capacitors. Yes, where we use capacitors, capacitors have wide range of applications in different electrical and electronic circuits. For example, they are used for turning transmitters, receivers and transistors, radios. They are also used in table fans, ceiling fans, exhaust fans, air conditioners, coolers, motors, washing machines, air conditioners. So these are all the uses of capacitors. Capacitors are also used in electronic circuits and computers. Capacitors can be used to separate high frequency and low frequency signals, which make them useful in electronic circuits. Please underline this line, this is very important. It is the capacitor who separate the high frequency and low frequency signals. Capacitors are used in resonant circuits that tune radios to particular frequencies. So you can play different stations of FM. Such circuits are called the turning circuits. One type of capacitor may not be suitable for all applications. Therefore, different types of capacitors have been developed for this purpose. Next, we have some applications of electrostatics. Yes, this whole chapter is about the electrostatics. Static electricity has important applications in our daily everyday life, which include photocopying, car painting, extracting dust from dirty carpets and from chimneys of industrial machinery. All these are the different application of electrostatics. Electrostatic air cleaner. What is electrostatic air cleaner? An electrostatic air cleaner is used in our homes to relieve the discomfort of allergy suffers. Air mixed with dust and pollen enters the device across a positively charged mesh. So it means mesh means the combination. So the airborne particles become positively charged when they make contact with the mesh, they and then they pass through a second negatively charged mesh. So the electrostatic force of attraction between the positively charged particles in the air and the negatively charged mesh causes the particles to decompose out on the surface of the mesh. Through this process we can remove a very high percentage of contaminants from the air stream. So it is used to clean the air, and it is called the electrostatic air cleaners. Here we have the picture of this. Also we have electrostatic powder painting. Automobile manufacturers use static electricity to paint new cars. The body of a car is charged, and then the paint is given the opposite charge by charging the nozzle of the sprayer as given in this picture below. Due to the mutual repulsion, charged particles are pushed out of the nozzle and form a fine mist which is attracted towards the oppositely charged car, and are even distributed on the surface of the object. The charged paint particles stick to the body just like a charged balloon sticks to a wall. Once the paint dries, it sticks much better to the car and is smoother because it is uniformly distributed. This is very effective and efficient and economical way of painting automobiles on a large scale. So here we have the picture 13.22 which shows this type of application. Schematic diagram of electrostatic spray painting system. Here we have a high voltage wire, air house, power supply line. Here we have the car, the object, spray booth, conveyor which can move it, small particles automation. Here we have the spray gun. So because of all these static charges, we can easily spray paint the vehicles or cars especially. Some hazards of static electricity. Lightning is the main hazard of static electricity. The phenomenon of lightning occurs due to a large quantity of electric charge which builds up in the heavy thunder clouds. So that's why during cloudy weather we can easily watch lightning on the sky. The thunder clouds are charged by friction between the water molecules in the thunder clouds and the air molecules. When the charge on the thunder clouds is sufficiently high, it induces opposite charge on the objects present on the ground, giving rise to a strong electric field between the cloud and the ground. Suddenly, the charge in cloud jumps to the ground with a violent spark and explosion, and this is called the lightning. So it is some hazards of static electricity. To prevent lightning from damaging tall buildings, lightning conductors are used. The purpose of the lightning conductor is to provide a safe discharge path for a large amount of negative charge in the air to flow from the top of the building to the earth. Next we have the fires and explosions. Static electricity is a major cause of fires and explosions at many places. A fire or an explosion may occur due to excessive buildup of electric charges which is produced by the friction. Static electricity can be generated by the friction of a gasoline being pumped into a vehicle or container. It can also be produced when we get out of the car or remove an article of clothing. Static charges are dangerous. If static charges are allowed to discharge through the areas where there is petrol vapor or fire can occur. So it can be explosive and dangerous. This is all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.